Okay, let's get a little angry. All right, I can't fucking sleep at night. And it's probably too much caffeine. I don't give a shit. This is more directed at the legal system here in Middlesex County. Yeah, as you know me, okay, I'm not exactly identifiable at this moment, but that's more for effect. And I know you lawyers and you judges, you want a little bit of entertainment at the same time. Any charges laid against me are invalidated by these videos and by the character study and by the firsthand accounts and conversations I've had with multiple officers to justify and attribute to my mental state and through my story, which again attributes to a consistent, uh, you know, line of behavior which is substantiated by multiple eyewitness accounts about who I am and what I'm doing. I ain't got shit for any of this, and none of you do either. So, frankly, these charges that are laid against me by my ex girlfriend and three other plaintiffs is conspiracy, and I got no time for that. I don't even have time to pay my fucking lawyer. Okay, Grindage Legal actually deserves to be paid. I would seek compensation thereof. I don't want to have any part of it. I would just rather this be dismissed. It doesn't have any grounds. It's not justifiable, considering that I was having a meltdown and was coming off of cigarettes. And I work a very high stress job. I've blown the whistle. Again, this is reiterating things that were in discovery, and I'm gonna put this out there for public record so that everybody sees it. I don't deserve to be charged for criminal harassment. Go fuck yourself, honestly. If this came to a courtroom, these would be the exact same words that I would say. And if I'm gonna make myself identifiable for the court record here, ta-da! Okay, I am who I say I am. I got credibility out the fucking ass. Okay, there's no way that I wouldn't be trustworthy or bondable and be with all these vulnerable people and or in these highly sensitive positions as an aircraft mechanic. And I would if I didn't know the legal system, I didn't know contracts, I wouldn't have survived this far. So I know my grounds, I know my victims' rights. Okay, I know my antitrust laws, and I understand that again, referencing other people, other lawyers here on YouTube. I'm gonna go with Diana Davidson or with Ronco Bailey and their observations about the female abuses of the legal system and how women use the court system in place of male authority figures, and they'll just ruin people's lives. They ruin their husbands' lives for alimony. They got way too much power in the court systems, and if something needs to change, they need to set a precedent here if that's going to happen, and you sway the scale of justice back to reasonability, so that this doesn't continue to happen, even from the municipal level all the way up to provincial and federal levels. If this is the way that it's going to go, I don't give a shit. I know you guys don't have any time for it, so just let it go. Fucking get it out of here. You know, this is too much of a mark on my record. I don't have any money, so and I get harassed by creditors, which is again, my bank records through discovery. My text logs, who I talk to, and that I've been assaulted by a gay man, and then I've had multiple people abuse me and use me, and that I've been a part of a unwilling participant in human trafficking within the Canadian aviation industry through the usage of the employment and the advantageous position of placement agencies and human resource headhunters and whatnot. I'm not going to use that much legal terminology because you're all smart enough to fill in the blanks here, okay? You lawyers and judges, you're not fucking stupid, even though we have the age of information here. I just don't have time for this. I don't. I need help. Right? I need help in ways that the court system and the police cannot give me, right? I've talked to multiple police, again, reiterating the point, I've talked to multiple police officers. They know where I'm coming from. They know that I was trying to help this person and that I need her help and that I loved her and I hope she still loves me, right? And I don't want to destroy her life. I'd rather just go after the principle of the matter, which is that this should not happen, right? Regardless if it happens online or not. And when someone is asking for help, and that the threats and sorry, people that I say things that people find threatening can be misinterpreted online, unless it's a face-to-face conversation and there's emotion involved, or it's on the phone, then it's invalidated in the court. If it doesn't have emotional context, if there's no follow through, I did not ever get close to her property. I did not continue to call people that are close to her. I just wanted to have a face to face conversation with someone that understood me intimately, and that I understood and knew intimately, in ways that other people would not. And it's sad that we have to come to this in this society. And, this is part of the motivation why I started this video series of the history of propaganda. I hope you enjoy it. If you get time to start watching it, and you get to see me come back from, elements of self harm, not having any options, so to speak, right? And in producing art and finding more productive, more adaptive means of dealing with mental health issues, and coming out of burnout, and substance addictions, you name it, the whole gamut, right? Like, again, just going over the point again, I'm not criminally responsible for what was happening. My mental state was not in the best of ways, right? In that I've had conversations in the past with counselors and with my doctor, and to come to different resolutions. And I have, I can, as I said to the police officer, if you don't want to go over the discovery, I know how to self therapize, right? I understand the differences between sanity and psychopathy and schizophrenia and other anxiety, depression, mania, etc. Because I've been around people like this, and I can recognize the signs in myself, so I know when to back off, right? And I hold myself accountable to other people. I don't isolate myself on purpose. And just by means of the modern era, these ancillary exacerbatory factors, the things that kill us by a death of 1,000 cuts, I'm not guilty. We're all guilty. I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes. I really don't have much more to say on it, and I don't want to, because like I'm not going to show up for this court meeting or anything. I'm going to tag the OPP, the RCMP, everybody else, the London Police Department, whatever, and even TransportCanada. You could because like I wouldn't have been allowed on the apron. I was in process for the AVOP in Toronto. And I've been very close. As an aircraft mechanic, I'm already on a watch list, because of my skill set. It's very fucking obvious. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I got angels on my shoulder every fucking where, and I'm happy that they're there. That's just the way it is in this modern era, okay? If anybody that's got some skill and that's got some trustworthiness, you don't mess with them. You just don't. We all have stressful moments. And so in summary, if the point hasn't been proven to now, I am not someone you want to have convicted for anything. Because as soon as I get inside that jail, I'll organize a rebellion. And that's the reality of the matter. I'm not someone you want in jail. You don't want any veteran inside a jail, because they'll do the exact same thing. And what they need is family, and because a lot of people don't give people military training respect. They don't give cadets respect. They don't give aircraft mechanics respect. We're very much like doctors, and so I hope you give me the professional courtesy of letting this one go bye-bye. instead of jamming it up the court system even further, because otherwise nobody's getting paid and we're just losing time. Okay? I think we see eye to eye on this one. I don't plan nor intend to follow through with any further communication with this person, with the accuser or any of her friends, unless they want to. And I would very much appreciate and enjoy if she did, because I miss her.